And just like that, you're now listening to Like Some Rice. What's up? How is it going, everybody? I hope you're all having a great day. I thought I have some free time on my hands. Why don't I just stream? I'm probably just going to sit here and kill some zombies on like Killing Floor 2 or Call of Duty or World War Z or something. So I thought, what better way to share my night than to share it with you and do the same thing. So, let me get chat pulled up on my phone. Thank you so much, Zombie Fan, Anthony P, Dank Memer, and Gamer Boy for being here. You guys are the best. I love y'all. Alright, let me just set up my stuff. This isn't too much time because it's 2 in the morning here. Oh, dang, man. Yeah, I don't blame you one bit. I would be wanting to head to bed myself, so I feel that. Alright, so, guys, I'm thinking we do some Killing Floor 2 first. I've been playing some Killing Floor 2. I've been having a blast. And, honestly, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of vibe. I think that's kind of the plan for tonight, honestly. Been watching a ton of scary movies lately, and you know, sometimes you just need to relax. You know, you just need to shoot shit. I hope you're all doing great, though. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Dang, zombie, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're feeling well. Probably not feeling better yet, but I hope you are gonna get back to feeling better soon, man. That does suck. As somebody who recently got over COVID, I get it. I totally get it. What scary movie specifically? Great question. So I watched in the last week. Let me do some digestion real quick. In the last week, I watched the Amityville Horror. I watched Conjuring. I watched Coraline. Maybe that doesn't count as a horror movie, but I think it's kind of terrifying enough, especially for kids, that I think it kind of counts. And then I also watched, what was the other one? Man, sorry for the black screen. This does, for some reason, Killing Floor always takes like a second to pop up. And then I think I watched, I watched Night of the Living Dead. I kind of watch that frequently, so I don't really want to count that, but yes, I did watch Night of the Living Dead. I feel like there was another one that I watched. I'm trying to think what it was. Seasonal Skins, perfect. I think I'm going to go with, let's not do Reverend, let's do Mr. Foster. I love my little gas mask boy. But yeah, I've been watching a ton. I watched The Exorcist for the first time. That was one that I did that was... I couldn't believe that it had taken me so long to watch that. I liked it, but I don't think it's as... I just don't know if it held up, or maybe it's just me, but I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to, if that makes sense. I didn't think it was bad by any means. I just thought there were things that I would have liked more. I think I'm gonna go, let's go Commando. I think Commando would be solid, and we'll do the HRG. And let's see here. Also, just want to say 2 things. 1, I've started getting more into turn-based RPGs. Nice, very good. 2, Insomniac Spider-Man 2 is fucking awesome. Awesome, dude. Had a great time with Persona 4 Golden and 5 Royale. South Park is fantastic, and Chrono Trigger has been a blast. Those are classics, so I absolutely don't blame you for that. Let's see here. Can't wait for Persona 3 Reloaded. I think that game is going to be awesome. What didn't you like about it? So, it's not so much that I disliked the scares or anything. I actually think the movie was pretty effective, especially for the time in which it came out. I think I could absolutely understand why people would have found it as scary as they did. I think for me, I think it's the way the movie's made, honestly. Like, it feels a little more dated, I guess. which is a weird complaint because it's shot extremely well. It's, you know, made extremely well. But it's just paced kind of weird, if that makes sense. It's not bad by any means, and I think it has some really effective storytelling. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the pacing. It kind of threw me off. I think that's, for me, the thing. I finished SAE Hollow Refragment. It took 57 hours. Dang, man. That's long. That was much longer than I was expecting for a Sword Art Online game, honestly. Sword Art Online, I mean, I knew the games were probably pretty long, but I guess I didn't realize that they could take so long. That's crazy, though. That's good, though. I mean, that's a lot of gameplay.
Perfect.
Woo! No game has gore quite like Killing Floor 2, I gotta say.
You're a little bloody, but you'll live.
Okay, so let's see. 672. Let's go for a bullpup. And let's just sell the varmint right off the bat. Alright, I'm good with this. You planning on watching anything else? Yes, I'm going to watch The Descent. I started to watch it, but I was falling asleep the other day because I was just tired. So The Descent is on my list, and then I'm also going to watch, let's see here. Oh, the other one I actually watched that I neglected, I think I might have mentioned this last stream, but I watched all of the Scream movies, so I'm completely up to date on Scream, except for 4. I didn't get a chance to watch 4. So I watched all of them but 4. And then I also watched New Nightmare, the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie with Robert Englund, which was awesome. I really, really liked it. Aside from that, I think that was everything. But I want to watch The Descent. Grav suggested 30 Days of Night, which I think sounds like a really, really good plan. That seems like a really, one I would really enjoy. I've been using Wallpaper Engine, and Jesus Christ, there's some disgusting things on there, like, how is Valve not taking it down yet? Hey, man, I mean, there is a market, and people, yeah, they get into it. That's all I can say. 30 Days of Night is a great movie. That's good. He said it was awesome, and I really, really like vampire movies, and that's one I've never seen, so I figured I should give that one a shot. If I get around to it, I would like to rewatch Little Shop of Horrors. It's been years since I've watched that, and I really, really enjoyed that growing up. I guess I'll explain how I got into turn-based RPGs. It started with South Park, Stick of Truth. Like South Park and the show looked like some cheap games, and saw the Stick of Truth for $6. Oh, that's not bad at all. So I got it basically now and loved it. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, turn-based games, if done right, they can be really, really great. Turn-based, for me, it really depends, because, like, I'm not, like, inherently... I don't love turn-based games inherently, but if you get a really, really good one, like Baldur's Gate 3, perfect example. I love Baldur's Gate 3. I think the combat's great and everything. But, again, it just really depends, you know? Crap, let's see. I don't really want to sell the bullpup, because I kind of like that. I definitely don't want to buy it. Okay, we'll just keep this, I guess. Man, I really got to do better. I got to get some better money. You know what I mean? Like lolly and... Oh, dude, that's disgusting. I am actually kind of surprised that, like, Wallpaper Engine itself doesn't have any kind of regulation. I would kind of think that, but that's unfortunate though, because there's no reason to have lolly. I am not a lolly defender in the slightest, so that's very unfortunate. I have returned, me man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Bernie, I don't know if I said hi, by the way. I know I was acknowledging what you said, but I don't know if I said hi, so hello. Solid Paper Mario Combat? Ooh. Oh, dude, Solid Paper Mario Combat is great. The humor and characters was so entertaining, and I wanted to fight enemies because I was just so invested in the weird-ass scenarios and how unpredictable the game felt. Yeah, that's one of the things that I love about games like Paper Mario. I never got a chance to play the originals, but I really liked Origami King, and I liked what I saw of Color Splash, even though I know it's very divisive. I thought it was interesting, at least. But yeah, no, I think... yeah, I think there's so much potential with a good turn-based game. It just totally depends on what is, yeah, what's on offer. I mean, like I said, Baldur's Gate is one of those ones I think is great. I really like old-school Final Fantasy as well. Final Fantasy IV is a great example of one that I really jive with. Action turn-based for RPGs is great. But, yeah, I mean, like, a good turn-based system can provide a lot of interesting things. I also really like Fire Emblem. I think Fire Emblem does a good job. Dude, I love the skins on the enemies for this. This is great. I'll have to show you some of the other maps that I downloaded. Because I downloaded some very interesting maps. And it reported it, so hopefully that did something. I would think so. I mean, lollies should not be... Dude, you know it's bad when, like, the Japanese government doesn't allow lollies, so I would think that, like, the people who do wallpaper, you know, would not be happy with that at all. One guy that posts stuff. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's an isolated incident then. It's probably not the norm, because I feel like I haven't really seen, like, a ton of lolly. I've definitely seen some creepy anime crap, but nothing else, like, nothing, like, totally messed up. So that must be, like, recent, maybe. This is in relation to Stick of Truth. Oh, I got you, man. Yeah, I mean, Stick of Truth definitely goes along the same sort of principle, so I totally get that. It's me, the one person that was going to make an Easter egg of you. Oh, I know, man. Don't you worry me, man. I didn't forget about you.
Your work was flawless.
Sometimes I think I have a little bit of that COVID brain, but no forgetful here.
I'm impressed by your
It's almost Shota, not Lolly. It's young boys. Oh, that's creepy. To be honest, I wasn't really aware of that, like, or specifically like what that was. So that's kind of creepy, dude. Not feeling that at all. I think we'll stick with the Tommy gun. Good, and there's nothing better than a good old-fashioned Tommy gun, you know. At least when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, dude. No, it's gross. I don't like.
We're almost out of time.
I don't like kids being portrayed in any kind of scenario like that, whether drawn, fantasy, or whatever. So like, I never have any kind of like, yeah, any kind of patience for that, you know. Worst part, I found it by accident looking for RE8 backgrounds. Oh, that's terrible. That's like the worst possible scenario, too. It's like, oh, I'm just going to look up a game that I really like. Oh, also, here's this. Yeah, that's terrible, dude. Gonna watch something gory this year like Terrifier? Yeah, well, from what I could tell, it seems like The Descent might be kind of gory. I could be completely mistaken, but it seemed like it was kind of gory. So that's one that I would like to. Yeah, to be honest, I really expected Scream to be gorier than it was. I don't want to say I was, like, disappointed, but, like, I kind of expected a little bit more gore for what it was worth. I would really, really like to watch... There was a... I think it was a Korean movie? I think it was a Korean movie called The Sorrow or something like that. Or The Sadness or something like that. That somebody told me about. Or Promise or something of that nature. That is supposed to be extremely gory. Like, when I made my review about Terrifier 2, somebody had mentioned that it was the goriest movie like they had ever seen. Like, way gorier than Terrifier 2. Which definitely caught my interest because, you know, for obvious reasons, being Terrifier. I actually might be going... So, Terrifier 2 is getting re-released in theaters this year. And I'm thinking that I'm going to go with my friend to go see that. Because it actually is going to include a teaser trailer for Terrifier 3, which I'm extremely excited for Terrifier 3. So the idea of going to see Terrifier 2 once again in theaters is really exciting. So I very well may be seeing that next week in theaters. You don't search MIA from RE8 in the 18 plus sections, probably just better not to do it. Yeah, I feel like that's not the section for it. Terrifier, though, like, Terrifier really... I don't want to credit it with giving me a... giving me a genre of film that I, like, fell in love with, necessarily, but I really, really, like, fell in love with what Terrifier was doing in that grindhouse style. So I can't help but wonder if, like, Terrifier is kind of the reason that, like, I really jive with a lot of, like, gory stuff now, if that makes sense. Because I already kind of did. But, yeah, I don't know. Terrifier just was... It put me on, like, a whole different, like, playing field. Even the original, too. I really liked the original as well. Oh, I don't think I have enough. Yeah, I got 7. That ain't gonna do it. Oh, you know what? I just realized I went for 7 rounds on this map, and there's not much to it, I don't think. I might have to change a different map. Can I jump off this? No, I can't. I'm playing Neptunia Action Unleashed. It's pretty fun. Nice. I've heard decent things about the Neptunia games. I've never played them, but I've always really heard good things about them, especially for the people that really like them. Unrelated, but I've been consuming way too much Kitchen Nightmares. You know, there is nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of Kitchen Nightmares, you know? Here and there, Kitchen Nightmares is pretty fun. Me and my wife actually watch quite a bit, or have watched quite a bit of Kitchen Nightmares in our marriage. In fact, I would say that when me and my wife first got married, the only things we really watched in, like, when we moved into our apartment was, like, Maury and Jerry Springer and, like, Judge Brown and, like, a bunch of, like, stupid shit. Like, none of it was, like, amazing content. She's a big fan of Jersey Shore, so I ended up seeing that too. Like, just a bunch of, like, terrible, a bunch of terrible reality television. But you know, to be fair, I can't really help but love it because it's just so stupid. I mean, that is kind of why I watch DSP and why I'm a DSP detractor. So, like, you know, it's kind of in there for me. From the looks of it, they really nailed the design of the Terrifier clown. Oh, they absolutely did. Anthony P., if you have not seen Terrifier, I would highly recommend it. I'm not sure if it's one that, like, interests you at all. And to be completely honest, like, even though there's 2 of them, some people really don't jive with the first one, which I totally understand. But there is so much fun to be had with the second movie that if you can, I would definitely seek it out, because it's a lot of fun. Killing Floor 2, nice. El Shadow, thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Killing Floor 2, I've been having a blast with it. I've played it before, but I thought I should probably play it. I don't know, I just was feeling the horde shooter thing. I think I mentioned this, like, last stream, that, like, it was really thinking about it, and you just really enjoy horde shooters, and Killing Floor 2 is, like, at the top of the list for me.
I'm impressed by your survival instinct out there.
Okay, what do we want? You know, let's sell the Tommy gun, and let's go with the stoner. I think that would be good. Haven't seen it. Looks fun, though. It is incredibly fun. Terrifier 2 specifically. Like, Terrifier 1 is not bad. I really like Terrifier 1. I would argue that I was kind of one of the few voices saying, like, hey, we should be paying attention to this movie when it came out. But I understand people's issues with it, and I don't necessarily disagree with them. I think it's just that Terrifier 2 took it in such different directions than what Terrifier 1 did, but such, like, elevated ideas, and it just did really, really great. It had a great soundtrack, too, like, and great acting. The cast is really good. The direction is great. The effects are incredible. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they just really nailed it. What's up, Golden Bucket? I hope you're doing well, man. I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Hope you're doing good. Ooh, Flesh Pound. Dude, the designs for these, for the Zeds are so great during this Halloween event. Oh, like, look at that. He looks like a swamp creature. That's awesome. Oh, and then the mummy. We got a Dracula. And then there's like a werewolf somewhere in there. Max it goes is to 82C. Wondering why my GTX 1080 founder version was getting hot when I searched it up. It's supposed to be like that, which is kind of weird. Yeah, to be honest, man, that kind of threw me off too. Like when I was running with my 360 and my thing got up to like 70s, what was it, like 74 or whatever. It really threw me off, like, because it's one of those things where you're like, well, I don't want my PC to run hot. You can just run more cooling, but yeah, it's supposed to run that hot, and then you just kind of offset it with the cooling. It's very strange, but I absolutely understand where you're coming from. How well have you avoided spoilers for Spider-Man 2? So far, so good. I don't know anything yet, which, very happy. The one thing I was actually thinking about, because I know we talked about this last time, but I was thinking about the fact that even though I am going to try really hard to avoid spoilers, being a DSP detractor kind of makes it hard because he plays all the new games. But I also realized that, like, I also don't like to watch him play the games. I normally just watch recaps, so I think I'll be okay on that front. Yeah, I got some horror movies last week I'm trying to watch through this month. That's awesome, man. I wanted to watch the new Goosebumps show that came out. I remember when we used to watch Goosebumps. So great. I haven't heard great things about it, but I'm morbidly curious, so I was like, well, it might be worth it. I am curious though, what you end up picking up.
That's great.
Okay, see, the Stoner's pretty decent. Honestly, altogether, not bad. And I don't think I really have a lot of, like, weight room for more. Kind of like that. So we'll sell this. And then why don't we go for... let's do a Kalashnikov. We'll do that. That works. Saying the spoiler about the intro to Spider-Man 2 is fucking insane. That's what I heard. Yeah, I won't say... I kind of know what happens... Well, I know what the setup for the intro is, but I won't go into it. I don't know anything that happens in it, thankfully, but I'm aware of what is happening at the beginning. Let's see. The last couple months, I kind of realized it's stupid to buy cosmetics in first-person games in general. You know, that's fair. Grav was kind of making fun of me for buying the Black Cell edition for the Battle Pass on Modern Warfare 2. But I also mentioned that I had never spent in-game money or money in-game on a Call of Duty game, like, ever. Also, it gave me, like, what was it, 2,400 COD points or whatever, which I wanted to use when the haunting thing came around. Also, with Modern Warfare 2, you can play in third person, and you can see your skin. So I kind of was able to justify it a little bit more than I would have in, like, a Call of Duty or something. Something like Killing Floor 2, I think, is a terrible idea, especially for how old it is. Like, I would not pay for DLC for this game. And it's nothing, no offense to it, but, like, I don't think there's enough... The content is great, but I don't think it warrants, like, buying a Battle Pass or DLC or any of that crap. Call of Duty, there's enough there, and I play it enough that I could see myself wanting to do it. Plus, knowing it transfers now, I'm okay with that. But, like, if it doesn't transfer, that really does bother me. That was one of the reasons I actually never wanted to, like, buy them in, like, Warzone or any of that, because it didn't transfer over, and I was like, well, if I lose any of the skins or stuff, I'm gonna be upset, so. Let's see here. I've been playing the Darktide a lot, and a little bit of Vermintide too since the Necromancer career. Nice, dude. You know, Darktide has had quite the resurgence lately, and it's really cool to see. It's one of those games that I really would like. I held off on it, mainly because there was just a ton coming out last year, and also it just didn't really run well on my PC. But now that I had upgraded my graphics card, I think it probably would do decent. So yeah, I would love to give Darktide a shot at some point. Especially too, again, since it's the type of game that I like. Nightmare on Elm Street 8 movie collection, Scream movie, movie collection, Train to Busan, Evil Dead remake, Sinister. Oh, great choices. I will tell you, Scream is great. I watched all of them but 4, and I love all of them. 3 is probably my least favorite, but I think the rest are really great. I feel pretty good with what I have going on here. Yeah, you know what? We're not gonna... I don't think we'll do anything. We'll upgrade that. That works. But yeah, no, Scream is great. Nightmare on Elm Street, I think 1 through 3 for Nightmare on Elm Streets are fantastic. 4 is alright. 5 sucks and 6 sucks, but New Nightmare is great. So, like, with Nightmare on Elm Street, you have at least, like, 4 good films, and then I haven't seen the remakes, so I can't comment on that one. But, yeah, I think you got a great choice in those. Evil Dead Remake, I haven't actually sat through all the way, but I know it's supposed to be great. And I really like the original Evil Dead a lot, so I think you're going to have a great time with that. Train to Busan is fantastic. It's one of the best zombie movies ever. So, yeah, man, you got some really good stuff. I'm excited to see what you think.
Many have tried to interfere this month.
Oh, I didn't know they had skins for the bosses, too. That looks so cool. My GPU is a 3060. I think it's a 3060 Ti. I hesitate on the Ti part, but I am almost positive that's what I'm working with. I do know it's a 3060. I just can't remember if it's a Ti or not. Got a 3080 Ti. Oh, dude, nice. You know, in hindsight, I almost wish that I would have possibly gone a little higher, but considering my budget constraints, considering what I've been playing, I don't really regret my decision too much. Especially because I think when I get a new graphics card, I'm probably going to just want to get a new case altogether, which means I'll probably need to get like a new motherboard and everything like that. Gotta go, have fun. Hey, thanks Anthony, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Always a pleasure to have you here, I appreciate that. I actually found out the DLC in Killing Floor 2 was worth it. Also, I meant for live service, I kind of buying stuff on live service, kind of ridiculous at this point. That's fair. For me, like, one of the hardest games to justify buying anything in is Fortnite. And the reason for that is because Fortnite has so many, like, legal hangups, like, all the time, that, like, I almost don't want to risk putting any more, like, money at all in it, you know? Woo! Sorry, let me just catch up on chat real quick. Again, not a spoiler, but love how Insomniac have finally made gadgets a quick select thing, no more stupid gadget wheel. Oh, that's nice. That's a really good idea. Imagine if Mayo played Killing Floor 2 and complained about the weight system. You know, that would not shock me in the slightest. One of the best horde shooter FPS games ever, but Mayo would absolutely find a way to complain about it. Yeah, I did see the Alan Wake 2 like PC requirements. Like, what did they say? Didn't they say like 3070 was like the minimum required, or something like that? I was like, that's kind of nuts. Ooh. Very nice. 2060 is the minimum. Got it. Okay, I missed that then. I must not have seen it right. That is really weird though, man. I don't... that's... Because the original one... I mean, granted, I know it's, like, what, 13 years old? But, like, it's not that demanding. I don't even think it was that demanding for the time. You know what I find frustrating when people say Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man? It's so dumb. I honestly hope those same people take an issue with John Stewart. You know, I don't understand it, personally, because I think Miles is a great addition to Spider-Man's, like, lore and everything that is going on. And then on top of that, I also think that it's a great addition to just, like, comics in general. He's a really fun character. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it when people have hate for people like Miles. There are times where you can have a character that's just as good as the original, and I think Miles is a case like that. And I also think that, same with, like you said, John Stewart. I think that's a great example. I mean, for me, Green Lantern is synonymous with John Stewart because of the cartoon growing up. Let's see. The game, look at the PS4 generation. Why are they demanding $300 at minimum? And to play the game without upscaling, you need a 1000 GPU. Yeah, I think that's kind of nuts. That's too much for my blood, man. By the way, can we just appreciate how beautiful Bikini Bottom is in Killing Floor 2 as a mod? Killing Floor 2 has some awesome mods. I can't believe it took me this long to, like, look into the mods for this game. But... crap. I don't know what happened. I think my speakers glitched something out of my PC. I don't know what that audio thing was. You still here? Okay, everybody?
Time for some worky work.
And Killing Floor 3 is coming soon. Hopefully they made improvements. I'm really excited for Killing Floor 3. My only hope is that it's not like, what's the word? Overly ambitious, I guess. You know how, like, some of these games, like, just try to get way too ambitious graphically, and then, like, their gameplay or their performance suffers for it? That's my hope, is that it's not like that. I also don't want them to, like, take away, though, what makes Killing Floor so good, you know? I mean, the music and the gore and the gameplay, I think, are the essential things. And as long as they manage to keep those things intact while making the gameplay great, yeah, I mean, I think Killing Floor 3 is going to be just fine. I just hope they don't get, like, overly ambitious, you know? I do love this thing. We'll go with that. I love this guy. You like Starfield? It was overhyped. Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest, man. Like, the more people that hate on Starfield, I just think it's unnecessary. Like, there are people that like it, there are people that don't. Just let people that like it enjoy it, and if you don't, just shut up. Like, there are criticisms and valid things to be said about the game, but if you're just gonna dog on people for enjoying it, I mean, it's not worth it, you know? I absolutely understand where people come from when they say that, you know, the game has issues, so I don't have a problem with people wanting to point out what's wrong with the game. I just think that I just don't think it's right to, like, you know, be down so everybody's throat about, you know, about enjoying something that they're enjoying. I would love Sucker Punch to make a spiritual successor to Infamous 2 and First Light with a Static Shock game. Oh my gosh, that would be so good. Work perfectly. Yeah, no, it would work perfectly. Hi, Alistair. What's up, man? I hope you're doing good. I appreciate you stopping by. Spooky Season Game Time started Amnesia the Bunker today. Nice. How is that? I've never played any of the Amnesia games, but I know it's supposed to be a little bit different than some of the others. It's a little bit, like, shorter and a little bit more action-y, isn't it? From what I've heard, anyway. I don't really know much about Amnesia. I mean, I know what it is, because it's been around forever, but I've never actually played it. There we go. Oops. I played Outlast, and that was decent. I think my biggest problem with games like that is I just don't like the hide-and-seek thing. That's one of the only reasons I haven't played Dead by Daylight. The only saving grace for me that would get me to play Dead by Daylight is the fact that you get to play as the killer. And it might sound really stupid, but if you couldn't play as the killer, that game would be completely off the table for me. Like, ever. Yeah, I don't mind if people like games, but if you say this game is better than this game, it starts getting crazy and just dumb. Yeah, like, it's like, especially when games are just so different. Like, to compare games that are in completely different genres, like, when people are comparing Starfield and Spider-Man, like, dude, we're not even talking the same game at all. Mainly it's coming from fanboys, which is the thing, you know. But it's just too much. Might replay some Dark Anthology games too, but I can't do it until dawn. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to give those games a shot. I'm not a huge, like, you know, story guy when it comes to games anymore. But I feel like I would probably enjoy those games. Specifically, I think I would enjoy The Quarry. Because The Quarry seems to have the most interesting things going on, at least from actors and everything like that. But yeah, I think I should give one of those a shot. If you think they're good, and I know Grav thinks they're good, so I would take your guys' word for it. I hate FSR and DLSS. It ruins PC ports, in my opinion. It always seems like the issues run down to those, doesn't it? Like, I feel like the main issues that you're always going to face with a game are like DLSS and FSR and things like that.
Hurry up. Zeds are
The one game I am really highly considering picking up that just came out on Steam is Diablo 4. And I know that that's like really unpopular for a lot of people, but I wanted to play Diablo 4 when it came out, and the only reason I didn't was because of Battle.net. So the idea that it has, it's on Steam now makes me so excited. Quarry was one of the best in the franchise. That's good to hear. I figured it was, because, like, Ted Raimi, David Arquette, Justice Smith, like, the cast was so good that I was like, I kind of have to, you know? Let me catch up on chat real quick. I feel like I missed a few. I feel like the reason there's so many bad PC ports these days is because they are pushing the stupid upscaling. That is a lot of it for sure. It's good. It's based in World War I. You play a French soldier who finds a German bunker. Oh, that's cool. And using guns in an Amnesia game is nice. I'm working on the Old Man Conspiracy Theorist, which is the Easter egg. I'm so excited for that, dude. That's going to be really cool. Good for you on that, by the way. Honestly, when I think of hypothetical superhero games like the Static Shock game that I brought up, or Cosmonaut Variety Hours X-Men RPG, they just make me scream internally that they... Yeah, it's so obvious. You would think that, like, that would be such an obvious thing, you know? Krillix, what's up, man? Thank you. Yeah, you know what? That's part of me is just being lazy with that. I need to get that up and running. But yeah, no, I need to get some memberships up. It's funny because I got the merch and everything up. Like I got the merch up for Halloween and everything. I just don't have memberships up. I need to though. But I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that a lot. I want Diablo, but I've been obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is really good. My only thing with it is it's just so expansive and it's so huge, and sometimes it's just really like it's a big undertaking for games like that with me. It's not that I won't finish them or get around to them, but it's kind of like the Red Dead 2 situation, you know? What's Static Shock? I'm young. Oh, dude, Static Shock's great. It's a DC property. It's basically like, think of like Cole McGrath from Infamous, if you ever played Infamous. It's like that, but it's like a young like black kid who has like electric powers, and he rides on like this like static disc. It's super cool. You should look it up. I think he's kind of made some more prominence in the comic scene. He's come back quite a bit, but he's like one of the first really cool like, or I remember him being like one of the first like really interesting and prominent like black superhero characters. Him, Spawn, and like we're talking like after Black Panther, because Black Panther is kind of the obvious, but I remember him being such an interesting hero, and like people are always talking about representation, but Static Shock was super cool. I'm getting tired of hearing about Baldur's Gate 3. It seems mid as hell. I know it's really not. I mean, I can understand if it's not your style of game, you're not going to jive with it at all. So from that perspective, absolutely, I get you. But I mean, for what it is, man, it's really, really good. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you're not into D&D, if you're not into those styles of game, you know, like the immersive sim RPG, really sit down and do a ton, it's not gonna jive with you. I've put so many hours of my life into Static Shock game. Static Shock game would be awesome. I'm trying to think, did they ever have him in a video game? Like, the only thing I can think of is if they maybe put him in, like, a Game Boy game growing up, but that's, like, the best I could think of.
That's Greg. Oof. You took it down hard.
I'm getting... trying to catch up here. I'm not saying it's the best game ever or anything. I'll contact you when it's ready on disc. Heck yeah, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're doing cool stuff, man. I appreciate you, you willing to involve me in any way. Let's see here. What would be... Oh, yeah, let's get this guy. No worries. I know it's such a hyped game. No hate towards you, Alistair. I'm just kind of venting. Oh, no, you guys are good. You guys are all wholesome chat, so I get you. I think Miles Morales before Miles Morales was a thing. That's a great way to put it, actually. Yeah. Before Miles Morales was, like, the big, like, push for, like, a great diverse superhero and a great representation, Static Shock was kind of that. He had a great cartoon on Cartoon Network growing up as well. That's totally worth watching. Only instead of being Spider-Man with electric powers, he was just electric powers, but those, yeah. Yeah, he was super cool, man. Static Shock was so interesting. And I remember, like, him having some really, like, deep stories, especially even in the cartoon. Like, wasn't his family, like, involved in... Or he had, like, a cousin or brother or something that was involved in a gang thing. And I remember one of the episodes was literally about, like, him being given a gun and deciding that he didn't want to use a gun because it was, like, wrong morally or whatever. He kind of pulled, like, a Batman thing, but he's, like, a young kid. And so he, like, throws the gun in the water. I remember an episode like that. And, like, I remember as a kid, I was like, yo, that's really deep for a kid's show. Or what you think is a kid's show, you know? I've been trying to stop watching YouTube as much, and it's going fine so far. Nice. Yeah, to be honest, sometimes YouTube can kind of be a pit, so I don't blame you there. Sometimes YouTube is just really overwhelming with what it, you know. If you don't have anything like to watch, it can really feel like a time waster. Like, and not in a good way, like just like it sucks your time in negative ways, so I absolutely get that. Yeah, they covered some important issues like the episode about his friend's racist dad and the kid that got bullied. Yeah, that's right. Man, that's crazy. I kind of forgot about that, but yeah. They covered some really interesting topics. Like, Static Shock is very special in terms of, like, the topics that it would cover. For the time period especially. Like, early 2000s, the topics it was covering was crazy. I also get anxiety. I hear the news. It's not great. Oh, dude, yeah. If you can, man, if the news gets you down, what I try to do, because the news gets me down, I just try to, like, not like interact with it at all. And then like if you don't interact with it at all, it really shouldn't like mess with your feed. Like it should pretty much just like, you know, go away. And then like if you just try to watch stuff that you enjoy and like yeah, because I myself personally, like, I'm the type of guy who, like, politics and, like, all that crap, it gets me so just pessimistic and just sad that, like, I can't interact with it. So I absolutely understand. Yeah, that's why, like, I don't ever care when people ask my opinion on politics. I'm like, I don't care. I just really don't. Oh, I feel that. One of my favorite Static Shock episodes was when Static failed at stopping... Yeah. Whoa, that... Man, I'm gonna have to rewatch that show, man. Because that show was just on some, like, next level stuff. That's one of the hardest things, though, dude. Like, I totally get it. Like, when your family member is, like, really political, and it feels like it's kind of hard to escape it. But, like, maybe it's worth having a conversation, just, like, sitting down and being like, hey, I totally understand it's something you'd like to be informed on. And I want to be informed, but I also need to, like, take my health into consideration. I know I've had those conversations with, like, my grandpa and stuff. Because, like, my grandpa is, like, a CNN fiend. Like, that is, like, literally... Well, I shouldn't say CNN specifically, because he listens to everything. Because he wants both sides, which I appreciate. But at the same time, I'm like... Dude, like, how can you sit and listen to any of that? Because it's just so hard to, like, to digest all of it. Or any of it, really.
Oh, your arm will see better days. That's a hint,
Let's sell this guy, and let's go... Oh, yeah, let's go this. Rating would hold over them. Yeah, hot take, but I would have the Static Shock be 18 mature because I wouldn't want the devs. Yeah, that's the thing with like a lot of superhero stuff is I just don't want them holding anything back. Like that's one thing I love about the old Spawn HBO show is they didn't hold anything back with that. Yeah, my dad always watching morning news. It's so harsh the world right now. I put on my earbuds to tune it out. Yeah, that's like the best thing you can do, man. It's just like just tuning it out because there's just too much. There's too much shit. People just. There's too many people trying to drag other people down. It's just not worth listening to. My mom's not really that political. We both share the same political ideology. We're both pretty conservative. It's just the news is miserable. Exactly. And that's the hardest part, is when you just... It's like you want to be able to be informed, but you also don't want to, like, feel bad. But it's like the news kind of doesn't offer you a way to do both. You know, do one or the other without both. So I feel that. The way I try to do it is, like, if I ever hear the words, like, breaking news, you know, I try to consider that important. But, like, if it's not breaking, then I can normally don't consider it important. Like, it's important to know what's happening, but it's not necessarily important to dwell on it, if that makes sense. The news is also manufactured to make you feel miserable, which doesn't help. Yeah, there's a whole, like, psychological thing behind, like, getting you to, like, watch more because the uncertainty of everything. So I totally get that. I'm starting to think maybe I should have kept my revolvers. I think it's so funny that I'm at home streaming and my wife is at the Taylor Swift, like, theater concert thing. I think she's gonna have a good time, though. I'm actually, you know, even though there's understandable reasons why people wouldn't like Taylor Swift and her music, I do really commend what she did with, like, this concert, like, theater thing. The fact that she worked with theaters to, like, get her movie in there. I think it's really impressive. Just from, like, an output, you know? Because she's all, like, was she, like, self-published now or whatever? Just interesting. Some people do benefit from 16, like Spider-Man or some Batman or some X-Men stuff. But things like Spawn or Wolverine or Static, the 18 more preferable. Exactly. Like, Spawn for me is one that, like, when I read, like, if you read, like, any Spawn comic, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't want this to be watered down in the slightest. Like that storyline with Billy Kincaid, like that sort of thing is just, oh man, Billy Kincaid's a crazy character. I can't stand Billy though. Doomer is the last thing I would want to turn out to Fate Worse Than Death. For what it's worth, man. So I actually just found out about Doomers recently, and I like as far as that being a thing, and I realized that for a long time that's kind of the mentality that I had, that I was taking, and it's one of those things where it's not easy to like get out of that mentality, but like talking and just like expressing yourself to other people that love you and care about you, like that's like one of the best things you can do. I know, I'll get off my soapbox now, but like therapy-wise and stuff, like it's so good to just like allow yourself to find happiness even in the small things, because like that's the thing for me that like it's like one of the hardest things, but it's also one of the most beneficial. I'm drawing the old man right now. That's awesome, dude. I'm really excited to see what design you come up with for that. That's cool.
Come on.
I would want to turn to yeah, no, man. Like it's all like really, it's tough stuff, man. The world we live in today is not an easy one, especially for people that are like that are young, which I guess to some extent, I guess like Alistair and myself, Dink Memer and Memer Man. I don't know if you. I mean, I guess we're all under the age of 30, I think, right? So we can, for the most part, kind of just. We feel it. Or even if not 30, if we're under the age of 35, we just have a lot on our shoulders. So it's understandable, man. Oh, I totally forgot I had the grenade one. I don't work out, but if I try to stay off social media, that does help for sure. Sometimes when you take a break from social media, you'll realize it helps out. I'm 14. Oh, I feel you, man. It is not easy being a teenager. So I certainly get your plight. Take that for what you will from a guy that's 27. But, I mean, if anything, it lets you know that things will get better. It's one of those things where it's like you just kind of got to stay your own course and find your own way and know that it's going to be okay at the end of the day. Most social media is just fluff. Yeah, I've tried to take the route of find the cringe, find the cringe in the things that are ridiculous. You know, Rodon, hello, hey, I appreciate you stopping by. I don't know if I've seen you on my streams before, but I appreciate you stopping by, man. Thanks for coming by. We're just playing some Killing Floor 2, and we might switch to something soonish, maybe. But yeah, just kind of chilling out. Wife's at the theater, so I figured I'd hang around and do some streaming. Oh, I actually do want to show you guys the Hollywood Monster Mash map. This is really cool. Goes along great, by the way, with the Halloween theme. Let's see. What would be a good... I want to level up some of these. Let's level up the SWAT. I think that would be good. I'm terrible at typing. Oh, you're good, man. I am not... I'm decent on a keyboard, but like on my phone sometimes, like I suck. So I absolutely understand. We're on SWAT, right? Okay. Off topic, sort of, out of Ben 10 and Danny Phantom are two of the best superhero properties that didn't originate from a comic book. Oh, I mean, those are both really, really great choices. I personally think Ben 10 probably has more lore and stuff going on with it. Dude, I love this map so much. It's so good. You're gonna love this map. There's so many things. The Israel conflict was the last straw when it came to social media. Yeah, my thing is, you know the best thing that I heard regarding the Israel and Palestine thing? I think it came from Asmongold. And it was, he said that, you know, there are people that whose job it is to report and to know things about that conflict. And so when people ask Asmongold, like, what he thinks, he doesn't really have anything to tell them. You know, he doesn't have an opinion. Just like you, Bernie. You know, he's like, I don't have an opinion, because he's like, I don't have anything valid to give to the conversation. So it's really just not worth me even commenting on it, because I'm ill-informed. And that's the way I feel personally. Like, I don't know anything about the situation, and I would feel like a dumbass if I tried to give any insight on it, because I don't know anything about it.
I'm impressed.
I'm a firm believer in, like, if you don't know something, it's okay to not have an opinion on it.
Have you checked your ammo?
Let's see. Oh, let's get this. Okay. So many people being so vitriolic about a conflict that is more complex than Twitter poll. Exactly. It runs a lot deeper than like, oh, this is bad or this is bad. It's like, no, man, this is like centuries worth of issues, like, that you just can't, like, you can't just, like, fix it right away. And I think that's where people are kind of confusing themselves. You know, and that's why I like to just stick to the stuff that I like, man, because, like, I could tell you about video games, I can tell you about horror, I can tell you about movies. I can't tell you about about Israel or countries that I don't live in. I just can't do it. So I'll tell you about what I can tell you about. Or hell, I can tell you about things that I've worked in, or, you know, had experience in, or gone to school or whatever, you know? That's always the way I've kind of seen it. I love the little dude. These effects are so fun. I wish I could keep these, like, all season long. Oh, hey! We got SWAT to level 5. Alright. I want to get more trophies in this. And most of the time, the people are not even from there. They are embarrassing themselves. Yeah, I know one guy. What's funny is I know one guy. I have one friend who is from Bosnia, and he is one of the only people whose, like, opinion I would actually like to hear on the situation. And I only would like to hear it because he actually, like, he grew up as a prisoner of war. So, like, he actually, like, knows, like, he's walked through Israel to get to America. So, like, he's quite familiar with, you know, how everything works across. So I would be interested to hear what he would have to say about it. But, like, anybody else, I just, you know, if they just don't know anything about it, it's okay. You don't have to know anything about it. I'm not giving an opinion on the Israel versus Palestine war for one reason. I don't have enough info on either side to make a rational judgment on, so I'm staying out of it. Plus, I'd get my head chewed off. That's fair, too, man. That's the thing, too. Like, everybody, like, I always try to aim to make my, like, place, like, a safe space. Like, it's totally okay to just not know stuff. You know? Like, I'm never going to pretend like I know something that I don't. So, like, if you don't know something either, you're in a safe space here, man. On either side, in which I'm no mood to entertain. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Like, we did not need to know Justin Bieber's opinion on the conflict. Did he give an opinion on the conflict? That's kind of funny. The only thing there was only one issue I took with the conflict, and it doesn't even have anything to do with the conflict really. It was the fact that you know that voice actress Tara Strong, the one that we probably all grew up like hearing in all of our shows, like Fairly Odd Parents and like Teen Titans and all that, like big voice actress. She got fired from a show recently for giving her opinion on it. But the thing is, she didn't really she kind of gave an opinion on it, but it had more to do with just like I hope the kids are okay, like in Hamas, or I hope the kids are okay in Palestine, because like kids were getting hurt. And I thought that was really sad, I was like, well, yeah, of course. I would hope the kids are okay. Like, I'm in agreement on that. We can all agree that we want the kids to be okay. Like, I don't think anybody is over here like, yeah, let the kids be, bad. But literally, just for, like, commenting on it, she got booted from whatever she was working on, which I thought was total crap. Because, like, there was, like, literally, she has family in Israel, which is literally something she stated. And she has family in Israel, but she got booted for just, saying, hey, I hope that things are going to be okay. I think she said, like, one other thing on it, but I just thought that was so weird. I was like, why would you do that to somebody? Especially somebody like Tara, who's, like, she's been in everything, man. Like, when I say, like, Tara Strong has been in everything, like, Google her on IMDb, she has been in everything. It's just super weird.
You took some hits there.
Well, beside this boring political talk, the women in MK1 are crazy downgraded. Thank you for changing the topic. I appreciate it. Like, are we never getting designs like MK9 again? I don't know, man. MK9 had good designs, so I don't really understand. Plus, like, what was wrong with the designs in any of the other MK games? I don't really understand. Like, the whole idea is, like, I don't know, like, it's, like, not vitriol, it's, like, sexy violence, right? Like, I thought that was the whole idea. It's weird, though, that that's not, like, I mean, it should be accepted fine, I thought. I don't know. It's weird, man. I think we'll stick with what we got. Seems to be working pretty good. Look at this lovely little museum of horrors. It's so nice. We got Jason. We got werewolves in there. Xenomorphs up here. Wolfman. Frankenstein. It's great. I agree with the perspective of, nothing. You have two choices. One, ask questions about both sides and come to your own conclusion on the info presented, or stay out of it. You are truly neutral or just agree with both. That's exactly, I mean, for me, that's like the best way to do it, is it's like you don't have to be involved in everything. And it's totally okay to not be involved in everything. Like, I think that's, like, the one thing that, like, 2023 loves to shove down people's throat is that, like, you have to have an opinion on everything. And you don't, like, you really don't. It's really okay. Like, I work, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did end up getting the job that I was talking about last stream. So I am going to be employed, or I am employed, I should say. So I will be working again, but, like, I'm going to be working in a job that is kind of retail, and I have retail experience, and I have insurance experience, and those are the two fields that I have, like, general experience in. So, like, if I was to go into another field and say, oh, well, I have an opinion on this, it's like, well, I don't actually, because I don't know anything, Or are we covering up the women? I thought progression were fine to make women show their bodies or whatever. I don't really know. I just don't know what they're covering up all of a sudden. Yeah. Well, and to be honest, I mean, like, I just think it's weird that it would be Mortal Kombat. That would be the one to be like, let's cover up. It's like, Mortal Kombat, dude, we're the ones ripping faces off and everything. Very strange. I don't know. Haven't played Mortal Kombat 1 yet. I want to. I'm waiting until sales, because I just don't like paying $70 for games. That being said, I probably will buy Modern Warfare 3. Because I've realized something in me, and that's that if I enjoy a game, I shouldn't have shame in playing it. And Call of Duty is one of those games that I've realized I actually really enjoy, and personally, I am okay with just saying, hey, you know what? I like this, and I'm gonna buy it. MK Logic be like, boobs bad, ripping someone in half is fine. Yeah, that's the part that really cracks me up, is when somebody wants to complain about, like, the way they're dressed, but then they also want to they don't have anything to say about the blood. It's very, very strange. I don't understand it. I don't know if you can hear it, but I love the fact that we have the little Michael Myers music playing in the background. It does that actually over on the Jason side too. What should I upgrade? Let's go with that. Oh, because that increases the weight, right? Oh, wait, I have dual of these? I didn't even realize I bought those. Not even political, but one thing I've learned in my 22 years of living is this. If there's a fighter argument, there's always two sides. X and Y both get things right and can be truthful, but can be wrong. And lying, it's always something in between. Very true. A lot of the times, the the truth oftentimes lies somewhere in between. Because a lot of the times we just don't have both stories. And also the men are hot, which is weird. How can be hot, but you never see men complain because we based. Ooh, that's a cool skin. I like the little top hat. Very like Abe Lincoln-esque. Oh, there it is. Well, there is men who complain. That is, yeah. I think it's weird when anybody gets on a soapbox about that stuff, you know. This life is too short. Just chill and have fun. It ain't that serious. Just enjoy the things that you enjoy and, you know, just take it easy. Because really, it just ain't that serious sometimes. I have a very, like, stoner mentality. Even though I don't, like, really do anything with weed, I have a very, like, stoner-esque mentality with that stuff. What is your favorite music? I personally like rock, D&B, electronic, industrial. Nice, dude. Yeah, I love rock. I really, over the last year, well, not last year, last couple of years, have really gotten into metal. I love classic rock. I've really gotten into that. Stuff like Iron Maiden, Metallica, stuff like that I think is great. I really, really like electronic. I make electronic music, so part of that is... That's probably why, because I make it. So I like electronic music a lot. I pretty much... There's not much that I, like, dislike outright, except for maybe country. And the thing is, I don't outright dislike all country. I think there's good country. I just think that country hasn't been good in a long time. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's... For the most part, the music I like. Sounds like we got similar music tastes. But I love rock, electric. The industrial thing is kind of a newer... I don't know if it's a newer genre, but I really dig the sounds. Like, whatever Doom 2016 was doing, and that style, I really, really like that style. I think that's a really cool and unique way to take rock, and I love what it's doing. Let's see. Also, we shouldn't really promote fatness coming from a fat ass. I've always thought of it as like, you know, you just... Yeah, I feel that. I want to play as a buff guy or gal. Yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, I don't think, to like... I don't think there's anything wrong with just wanting to play as like a normal dude that like is ripped or whatever. I also think it's funny... Oh, Mortal Kombat is like women being skinny, skimpy, gross, but see them be killed in violent ways, limbs getting ripped off, spines being shattered, intestines being used as skipping ropes. Cool. I know, dude. It's very strange, like the double standards of things like that, you know? It's super weird, I think. Speaking of creepy, gross things like that, have you guys watched... There was a documentary. I don't know if you guys like haunted houses or not, but there was a haunted house called McCamey Manor that, like, I remember growing up hearing about this thing, and it was, like, really, like, crappy, like... Because basically, it's like a 40-page waiver thing that they would have you sign where, like, basically could just have whatever done to you in this haunted house. Like they were allowed to like touch you and like hurt you and stuff like that. Called out sick for tomorrow so I can rest. Hell yeah, man. I hope you feel better, Zombie. I really feel bad, man, that you're feeling so gross. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of my stream, though. Hopefully you're just kind of chilling. This McCamey Manor thing, though, I watched a documentary on it because I remember hearing about this. I heard about this place growing up, and I thought it was insane. Because like what you would do is like to get into this haunted house, you would have to give them cans of dog food or a bag of dog food instead of payment. Which was like really weird already because it's like, why would I, A, why would I not pay you to go to this haunted house? B, why would I give you dog food? This place was like crazy. And they made a documentary on it and I thought it was like really interesting. Oh no! God damn it. Ah, shit. Well, I guess now's a good time to catch up on chat. American developers are so weird. Yeah, I feel that. Right, so you tried Halo Infinite's new season? Yes. I downloaded Halo Infinite the other day, and yeah, it's awesome. I'm fully back on board with Infinite. Granted, I was never really off board. I just didn't have it installed. But yeah, dude, I think Halo Infinite is as good as it's been. It's great. The 40-page waiver was bullshit to my knowledge. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too, is it's like, they had somebody come out and they're like, the 40-page waiver, it's basically taking away, like, you're consenting to it, but it's kind of like having you consent to something that you kind of can't consent to, if that makes sense. Yeah, the Doom soundtrack is top tier. Yes, completely agree. Alright, I think we'll quit with Killing Floor 2. Let's see what else we got on the docket. We could do... What did I want to do? I feel like there was something I had... Oh. Was it that? Let's see. Would you guys rather see me play... Because we're doing Killing Floor 2. Would you rather see me play Cold War Zombies... Warzone Zombies, the new mode for like Warzone, or let's say Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries. Should I put a poll up? I could put a poll up. So Black Ops Zombies. Oh, wait. I'm dumb. Which game should I play? BO Zombs. Here we go. Cyberpunk. I totally would play Cyberpunk, however... To be honest, I'm sorry, I don't want to play it on stream. I kind of just want it to be my little thing. I'm sorry. Plus, I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming, and I don't want to get in the middle of a story thing and then have to, like, you know, tease you guys. I would feel really bad if I did that. So I do apologize. Plus, I guess we'll stick with the spooky thing, you know. I do think they added the zombies mode today in Warzone, though. Which is why I'm suggesting that, because I think I saw Jax Frags playing it, and I think it's now officially up. All right, let's do this. So we'll put the poll up. And you guys go ahead and vote what you would like to see me play. The only reason why I bring up First Light in discussion of Static Shock is because Static Shock wouldn't have Karma as a mechanic, but Infamous 2 undoubtedly has the best powers in the Infamous series. Yeah. I definitely don't think you would need to have a Karma thing with Static Shock. I definitely would agree with that. Perfect for Virgil. Yeah, I definitely don't think you would have to do that. Oh, sweet, dude. You got the art done? That's awesome. I would love to see it. I won't show it on here if you don't want to, but yeah, you could definitely feel free to send it to me. Yeah, if you want to post it in the Discord, go ahead. If you're okay with it, if I have your permission, I'll look at it live. Yeah, if you're cool with it, I'll for sure do it. And just to be clear, this is going to be the character that you're going to have me, that you're going to have represented as me, right? Just so I know, like, the general idea of the art. I would have to agree, Dink Memer. I really, really do love me some Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries. I like it, like, a lot more than I expected to. Let's say that. Mercenaries mode is one of those modes where it's like, I like it in Resident Evil, but it feels so good in Resident Evil 4. Like, it's top-notch. Top-notch stuff. It's really good on Steam Deck, too. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, I'll show it. Alright, wait. Where are we at? Hold on. I'll get there. Oh, I like it. I'm an old conspiracy man. I love it. Would you like some rice? Oh, that's funny. I like that. That's great, man. Thank you for that. I like that I'm like all patched up too. You know, it's funny too, because I actually had, when I was in church class, we had done like a little mini movie, and I played like an old man hobo. So that's actually kind of funny. That's great though. Hot take, RE4 is overrated. I'm now curious, do you mean remake altogether or the original? If you mean altogether, I can understand. If you mean the original, for sure I can understand. The remake, okay, yeah, that's fair. I really like it, but it's not doing anything totally new, so I definitely understand that. Yeah, no, I don't blame you on that. I like the way it feels, coming from somebody who liked the atmosphere of Resident Evil 4 and didn't like the way it felt. I really like it, but I can absolutely understand why you would think overrated. And to be fair, it's not everybody's cup of tea, so I totally get that. Dude, that's awesome, though. Man, thank you for that. I love it. I appreciate it a lot. I'm excited to see what you'll do. Where you live? I'm here in the insanity incarnate called Florida. Yikes, dude. I'm in Iowa, so I have to deal with lots of cornfields, rednecks, dumbasses, all sorts of stuff. But nah, most people here are pretty chill. Well, yeah, mostly. Dead Space Remake is better. Again, part of Remake for his Mercs mode. Yeah, I can understand that. From that perspective, I think the gameplay of RE4 is great, and I think the gameplay could be used in a lot of different things better. Let's see here. Where are we at with the poll? So right now we got RE4 Mercenaries at the highest, with Black Ops Zombies slowly trailing behind, and then COD Warzone Zombies. Okay. Not bad. Regis Hell, known as Utah. Oof. My condolences. I would not want to be in Utah. Plus, they'd probably hate me in Utah, because I'm a former Mormon. Yeah, they would not like me in Utah. Live in Oregon. Dude, I want to go to Oregon so bad. Not just for you, Zombie, but you're one reason. I agree with Krillix. I think RE4 has a lot of likable qualities, but I just don't find it as strong as Dead Space Remake, because Dead Space Remake is more mechanically consistent and a lot tighter as an experience. That's fair. I haven't played it yet. I really want to, and now that it's coming to Game Pass, I think that's probably going to be my chance to play it. So I'm hoping to be able to do that. Okay, so right now we still have Mercenaries in the winning. As far as the next game I'll play. So, unless anybody else has anything they want to throw out, I'm going to probably end the poll, if you guys are cool with that. Unless you unanimously would like to see something else. And by something else, I was thinking like, I don't know, like Halo or something. But it's completely up to you guys. Right now, I'm probably going to go RE4 Mercenaries. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll end up going with. Just checking, giving you guys a few minutes here. And we got one more for Mercenaries, so yeah. Let's go ahead and let's do Mercenaries. Sorry, I was dealing with Puppy. She's asleep now, thank God. Oh, you're good, man. I feel you. All right. RE4 Mercenaries for the win. Fine by me. I find RE4's gameplay really great in short bursts, personally. Like, I think that RE4 is, like... I think one of the reasons... Like, I can't speak on the Dead Space part, but I think one of the reasons why I like Mercenaries so much is because it thrives really, really well in those short bursts of gameplay and action, since that's kind of what it's going for. What race are you? Just curious, because I'm Spanish that doesn't know Spanish. Oh, you're good, man. I don't mind mentioning it. I'm just white, Caucasian, whatever. I do know Spanish. I learned it in school, and I just kind of retained it. It was one of those things that I just kind of like, I never like stopped remembering, kind of, for the most part. There are certain things I can't quite recall. Like, I'm not perfect with it, but I do remember a decent amount. I should actually head to bed now. Good night, guys. Hopefully my sleep won't consist of my eternally screaming about potentially a great superhero game. Dude, I feel that. But yeah, man, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great night, get some good sleep, and yeah, maybe one of these days we'll get something that's really, like, you know, really great that's not just Spider-Man and Batman. That's like one of my biggest complaints with like superhero stuff, is like we never get anything that's not just Batman and Spider-Man. I really wish we would, though, because there are some really great stuff. Like, could you guys imagine a Spawn game? That would be so cool. Ooh. One thing I think would be really cool is if they let you play as through the campaign as different characters. Because, like, there are some mechanics that they put in with these different characters that are, like, really unique and interesting. Like, Krauser has, like, the stronger knife, and then, of course, he's got, like, his little, whatever it is when he, like, grows the claws. AKA the games I voice act for. You, the McDonald Japanese ad freak out. It was kind of funny. I also know this happened like 4 weeks ago. I just wanted to mention it. Yeah, I did think it was funny. Now, just to be clear, what was the freak out exactly? Was it just that Japan was like supporting McDonald's, or like what was the thing there exactly? Because like I know I saw something about it, but I wasn't. Other than the fact that I saw the cute ad, I was a little confused why people were like freaking out. Yeah. Because there was a happy family. I'm not... Dude, if that's the reason. That is legitimately... That's some stupid shit. I'm sorry. But really? That's the reason? What the hell, man? It's like, it was so cute. I was like, I don't understand the problem here. That is dude, that is some beta cuck energy. Jesus Christ. That's stupid as shit, though, if that's the... with that being the reason. I mean, like, it's so funny, like, we really are in a timeline where people just don't want other people to be happy, and it's really, really, like, it's getting, like, comedically, like, it's getting so comedic that, like, we're dealing with, like, a happy family on a McDonald's ad, and they're like, oh, they're too happy. It's like, that's just stupid, I'm sorry. Also, because they were eating McDonald's, like, there's just one problem, it has a fucking McDonald's, no shit, it has them eating it. Exactly. And, dude, can we just be honest? Things like McDonald's and shit, okay, yeah, are they healthy for you? No. Are they, like, really that bad? I don't know. But, like, half the world eats it anyway, so does it really fucking matter, you know? I'm Spanish, I know a little bit of Spanish. That's cool, man. I love... Part of the reason why I took Spanish was because I just love the language and the culture. And I always just thought it was, like, really... I just really, like, jived with it. I don't know. So much so that, like, it was one of those things where, like, I was really excited to learn it. Just because there was so much interesting things in the culture. But yeah, man, that's really cool. McDonald's fries do slap, though. Exactly. And let's be honest here, there is some really good stuff you can get at McDonald's, right? If you ever, late night, been like, I want McDonald's, late night McDonald's is the best McDonald's. Or early morning, that's pretty good too. Spanish is very useful too, especially here. I agree. Spanish is extremely useful. When I worked at Target, I remember I actually helped a lady buy a Nintendo Switch in Spanish. Like, she had no idea what she was looking for, and because I could remember some Spanish, I was able to, like, give her information so she knew what she was gonna buy for her kids, and she ended up buying a Nintendo Switch for her kids. It was, like, really sweet and wholesome. I just remember she was, like, super grateful that, like, I even kind of knew what she was talking about or how to talk to her, because by the end of it, she was like, my kids are gonna have a great Christmas. I'm translating, of course, but, like, it was really fun. It's like one of those things where it's like, I was really happy to be able to, like, help somebody. They also called it alt-right fantasy, which is having a happy family makes me Nazi then, I guess. Dude, and you know the funniest part? Did anybody forget about the nuclear family from the 50s? Like, that is literally post-Nazi. Like, I don't understand. What? People need to just stop. They just need to stop. It's not that serious, man. It's fucking McDonald's. That's literally all it is. Let the happy little cartoon family, by the way. Let the happy little cartoon family just enjoy their McDonald's in peace, man. We need the nuclear family back. I mean, honestly, it seems more happy than whatever this hellish landscape seems to be. Or seems to want, rather. Another reason is that Japan has a dwindling population. They want their residents to populate Japan. Ah, I see. Those are called a... yeah, that's so weird, man. It's so weird. People just need to calm down. I can't say one thing for another for, like, what I would want in terms of, like, culture back. I think if people should just be happy, they should just do what makes them happy, as long as it's reasonable within the confines of whatever, you know? If it's having a family, cool. If it's staying celibate, cool. If it's If it's just like, be it like chilling with your other half, you know, on the couch, eating McDonald's or some shit, cool. Like, it don't matter. It really doesn't. Just enjoy the life we're given. In other news, does anybody actually have any games they're excited about for, like, the end of the year? I know we've kind of, for the most part, hit, like, all the games. But just kind of curious if you guys have anything else that you're, like, excited about for the end of the year. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Well, and that's the thing, too. Like, you have to keep in mind, like, different times mean different things. So, like, the idea as opposed to, like, the implication, I suppose, might be different. Having a family with two parents is always better than one, and obviously if one of them is abusive, then fuck them, but I'm just saying it's better to have two. Yeah, I mean, you guys both have very, very valid points. I think it's literally just the idea of, like, yeah, I mean, obviously the idea of having a stable family is always better than not. And unfortunately, I think a lot of it just comes down to people not, like, taking into consideration the responsibilities that come with being a parent. The reason it said, oh yeah, okay, I read that part. A lot of the like, for me, like, I know me and my wife, like, we want to have a kid, and we've, like, really, like, considered it and everything. It's just, we're, like, you know, having infertile issues, so, like, it's something that's probably not going to happen, like, right away for us. I mean, we've literally been trying for, what, 5 years now? Yeah, 5 years? And just no luck yet, so... yeah. It's easier for others, for sure. Or, you know. But yeah, I'm curious, though, if there are any, like, games you guys are looking forward to towards the end of the year. The only ones I can really think of... I think we still have Space Marine 2 to look forward to. Not 100% on that, but it's supposed to be out this year. And I know it got delayed, but I couldn't remember if it got delayed to December? Kids are great. Love my nephew and niece. Yeah, I mean, we've wanted kids. I remember, like, I was really, like, it's not that I was against kids or anything, because I love kids. It's just, I wasn't really on board to begin with, because for the first couple years of our marriage, like, my wife was so adamant about it. But, I mean, like, I understood why she wanted one, obviously, because we both want one eventually. But it's one of those things where it's like, eventually, you know, 5 years down the line, you still haven't had a kid, and then you find out that you can't have a kid, or the chances of you having a kid are, like, very, like, slim. It's hard. It's weird. Ghost Runner 2 comes out. Oh, hell yeah, that's right. I didn't realize that came out so soon. None, to be honest, just playing only games? Or do you mean old games? I assume you mean old games, probably. Only game that I'm really looking forward to, I do want to play Ghost Runner 2. I'm probably going to end up waiting on it just because of finances. But I'm hoping that's going to be great, because I liked Ghost Runner 1 a lot. Ghost Runner 1 is fantastic. I know, Krillix, you're a big fan of that. Ghost Runner is going to be awesome. Are you going to be... I'm sure you're going to use some of that for your, like, footage and stuff, right? I'll be excited to see what you end up putting in. By the way, Krillix, how are you doing as far as, like, your videos? Are you thinking of, like, coming back to doing them soon? Devs are also offering 10,000 to the first 10 people to finish it. Damn. That's cool, dude. That would actually be really cool if you could be one of those people. You're really good at it, so I mean, I can see you trying to at least, you know, get in that range. I'm excited for your stuff to come back, though. For me, the one game I am really excited for is RoboCop. The RoboCop game is going to be awesome. And I was already kind of hoping it was going to be, like, good. You know, I wasn't 100% until I played the demo. And when I played the demo, I knew it was going to be good. because holy shit, guys, if you have not played the RoboCop Rogue City demo, you are missing out. It's gonna be so good. I already like loved the Terminator game that they made, but no, this game is gonna be so good. Videos unfold for me until I feel better. Yeah, oh, I don't blame you one bit, man. Get the rest you need. It's certainly better to take the time, I can tell you that much. Not sure if I'm going to do any, like, videos in the next little bit, or if I'm just going to stick to streaming. I feel like streaming would be the easiest thing, but totally depends. Yeah, I'm going to start working on something either tonight or tomorrow. I've just had one thing after another come up this past month in my personal life. Oh, I feel that, man. Hopefully all is good. Hopefully all is well. Certainly don't want you to have to deal with anything too crazy. Actually, the game I'm set for is Skull Island Rise. You know what's really sad, actually? I didn't think the game was gonna be good. But I didn't think it was gonna be an absolute travesty. And I think that's the thing that kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Because I looked at that game, and I was like, oh, cool, a Kong game. I was like, you know what, I'd settle for a mediocre King Kong game, that's fine. I didn't know, though, that it was gonna be, like, God's worst, like, nightmare. That's the part that I wasn't expecting. Because, God, that game looks absolutely god-awful. Like, it looks really, 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 really bad. Like, to a degree that I didn't expect. Like, I mean, if you had extra income to do a meme game, like, for a stream or something, like, that would be the game to do it. The other game that actually, like, kind of breaks my heart a little bit is the Hellboy game. Because I was gonna buy the Hellboy game day one. And I still might buy it this weekend. I'm still not 100%. But it's got the most beautiful art style I've ever seen in a game. Mixed with some of the most, like, basic combat I've ever seen. I think that's, like, a good way to describe it. And it's sad, because it's Hellboy, and I love Hellboy. Hellboy is one of my favorite comics. But it's just, yeah. It's sad, man. It makes me sad. Let's do the docks. And let's do... I heard the Hellboy game is fine. I mean, it does seem fine. I don't think it's bad. It's just, like, it's very, like, safe, if that makes sense, you know? Once again, the art style is incredible. The voice acting is great. I didn't hear anything about story, but, like, I don't know, something about the combat just looks off to me. And, like, as a gameplay person, that makes me a little worried, because I don't want to play a game just for the aesthetic, even if it has a cool aesthetic, you know? Especially with it being, like, the one saving grace is it's $20. So, like, it's not that much. I'll give you a demo for one of the games once it releases. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm excited. I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you. I'm always looking forward to try out demos and things for that. The RoboCop demo was awesome. Like, it was so good. Yeah, you know what's weird, though, about the Hellboy game being $20? They didn't talk about the price of the game for a lot. Like, nobody knew how much the game was going to cost until, like, the day it came out, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, I don't mind that it's $20, and if it's going to be a simple game, that's fine. I think the way they were hyping it up kind of made it seem like it was going to be more than a simple beat-em-up. But I don't know. It could just be my expectations, because Hellboy is so great, and the game looks so mid. Or not mid, I guess, but just, like, not great. I mean, granted, it looks a hell of a lot better than Kong, so I will give it that. Actually, to think about it, the fact that it's less than Kong in price is kind of crazy. Let's see. I'm gonna watch the FNAF movie with my uncle, and he likes games. Nice. You know, I honestly think that's going to be a pretty decent movie. If we're being, like, realistic, I think it's going to be a pretty decent movie. Because, like, the formula for that movie would be so easy to, like, nail. And they have good actors with it. And they have, like, a decent script from the sounds of it. Like, I really think that movie's going to, like, do extremely well. And I don't even really care about FNAF that much. But I just think the premise is, like, I've always thought the premise was great. So I think they're gonna nail it. Person Man Guy, what's up? I appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you. I really wish Spider-Man 2 and Mario Brothers Wonder didn't release the same day. Yeah, that's gotta be a nightmare, man. That would drive me up a wall if I had two games that, like, I was really looking forward to releasing the same day. So I get that. Actually, I guess I'm kind of having an issue with that. In the sense that Hellboy and Diablo 4 released, like, the same day on Steam. Or the same week on Steam, rather. So I totally feel that. Oh, and no money? That's, like, the worst combo, man. My condolences. I feel that, though. See, the thing is, I got a little bit saved up for one. But I've got to choose between Hellboy, Diablo, or Modern Warfare 3, and that choice is not, it's not one that I find so easy. Oh, crap. You saw when Bungie said Latinx and pissed everyone off and showed it some of my family and they got mad. You know what, I've noticed with that community, I mean that community as in, like, the Spanish-speaking community, that it seems to be very divisive. I don't know. I mean, I can understand as somebody who has a really hard time with the oh shit, oh crap. I think that whole thing is kind of strange. I don't know. I really don't even know where to go with that one, honestly. I know I learned the language one way, so it's very hard to add a, it's very, very hard to speak it with that as a thing, I will say. I have to say for tattoos, so no full price games for me for a bit. I feel that, dude. I remember when I was going to get my Cyberpunk one. I still didn't get it yet, unfortunately. Hold on, I'm gonna do some wizard tech magic. We got a Technomancer. God, I remember the Technomancer. It's like one of the... I call it like a AA game. I think it's pretty crazy, like, how easily these dudes come apart. Like, I'm assuming it's because their body has been made fragile by the Las Plagas, but wouldn't it be, like, really funny if it was just like, oh no, they actually were just all, like, really brittly boned people? Like, because they come apart so easy. I mean, granted, shotgun, yes, but, like, submachine gun? Okay, well, that was understandable. Okay, well, that guy didn't come apart, so, like, now it's making me look dumb. I know it's immature, but sometimes I gotta go apeshit when people start complaining about anime fan service. I understand. I really don't have much to say about anime fan service, mainly just because, like, as far as, like, anime stuff, like, I only have a very select few animes that I genuinely, like, care about. And I don't think any of them, like, fan service does not mean anything to me. So, okay, I did the magic. Is it shareable magic? Is it magic that will one day be revealed to the world, or is it magic that has to stay hidden for now? I'm a man, I can handle seeing tits on screen. That's facts. Yeah, from that aspect, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I think it's weird when people get like insecure about it. I think that's kind of weird. Is insecure the right word for it? I mean, like, I think that's the thing I'm thinking of. Nice. Yeah, I've always been a person who, like, I love my schlock, like my movies and stuff. Like, I'm a huge B-movie fan, so, like, in terms of, like, seeing nudity and stuff, like, it does not faze me in the slightest. Like, what was it, the other day, like, my wife actually kind of laughs at me for, like, all the schlock that I watch. I was watching a movie the other day called, what was it, like, Rocktopusy or something like that? And she was just laughing at me because she's like, "What are you watching? And why are you watching it?" And I was like, "Well, it's like this Lovecraftian like B movie." And she's like, "Oh, okay, okay, I understand now." I was like, "The problem is like all Lovecraftian movies for the most part are kind of like, yeah." You would love my dad, then he loves B movies, dude. They're fun. I mean, like you have to realize like you're not getting anything great with them, but every once in a while you get one that's like it's kind of decent, you know? I actually like I'm a big fan of The Toxic Avenger. I just watched that not very long ago, and I was amazed by how much I enjoyed that. Let's see here. Let's see. I connected 2 instances to my TV. One for chat. Oops. One for chat and the other for watching Big Brain Time. Hell yeah. The people that complain about anime fan services either conservative boomers or purple hairs. That is a funny thought. Let's see. Also like Sword Art Online, which is pretty much the slop of the anime community. I mean, you know, I've heard worse. I've heard worse than that. I can't think of it like offhand, but I have heard worse. He taught me the existence of Girls Are Easy. Oh yeah, yeah. I still haven't watched that yet, but that is on my list. That's a funny, like from what I've seen, that looks really funny. Ooh, shoot. Oh, this ain't gonna go well. Yeah, dude, B movies are just fun. Like, they're the type of I like the type of B movies where like people know what it is, you know? Those are the best. Like when they like lean into it, like one of the reasons The Toxic Avenger was so much fun. Like I had an absolute blast watching that movie. And let's be honest here, that movie has some stuff that like, oh my god, I wish somebody like a very like I want to see what a ultra like I don't want to use the word snowflake because that's very overused, but like somebody that like complained about the McDonald's thing, or like I want to see what somebody who hates like what's the word I'm looking for? I want to see somebody who's very concerned about what their kids see watch The Toxic Avenger and just see their like minds melt, because the things that happen in The Toxic Avenger, like they're not 2023 appropriate, and it's very, very funny because it's not like it's still kind of done tastefully enough that it wouldn't matter, but it's just I don't know, man. It's fun. It's a great movie. They also had the oops. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not mind, I need to take this call real quick. I'm so sorry. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Sorry. No, it was not a car warranty. It was actually my wife. I have to get going here very shortly. So as soon as I die, I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream off. I do apologize for the minor inconvenience. Just know that I love you all, though. Whew. Shoot. They wanted to talk to you about eliminating your debt. Dude, let me tell you what. My debt is going to take a little bit. Oh no. Oh, cool. I didn't know to do that. One day I'll get into a Discord VC with you and my team. One of these days we'll make it happen, man. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I'm hard to get a hold of sometimes. I do apologize. Lots of crazy stuff, honestly. This year has been a very wild roller coaster for me, and probably not all of the best ways possible, but I appreciate you guys all being patient with me. You guys are great for that. Oh, also Mrs. Rice said hi, by the way. That was a good one. Alright. Oh, crap. Come on, man. Oof. Sweet. I will let her know you said hi. Yeah, she's just getting home from the concert. She's very excited because she did manage to get a Taylor Swift popcorn bucket. And now she's all excited because she's going to have that. She's also excited because she got the Taylor Swift cup. She's a big Taylor Swift fan, if you couldn't tell. But I'm happy that she is. To be honest, Taylor Swift's music doesn't bother me, which is good for her because if it did, oh, we'd have a hard time in the car together. I actually think Taylor makes pretty decent music, to be honest. I've heard much worse music than what Taylor makes, for what it's worth. And most of it's country. Too late for me. That's totally fair. I actually like, believe it or not, I actually like, what was it? I liked, I think, is it Bring Me the Horizon? Are they the ones that do a, they did a couple of, somebody did a metal version of her songs, and they did a pretty decent job, actually. Like, it wasn't bad. This stream was awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I aim to do more of these, so hopefully we'll have more of these coming in your future. So I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Put the invite in the Discord. Thanks, dude. I have no problem with Taylor. It's just she got a crazy-ass fan base. That's pretty much my main thing. Yeah. And it's really funny because, like, my wife isn't, like, a crazy, like, Swiftie or anything. But, like, she'll see, like, the crazy ones, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's weird. That's when we're like, okay, it's a little bit much. Guys, thank you so much for following me on this stream. I appreciate you guys all being here. As always, if you need to get a hold of me, come at me on Discord. Otherwise, yeah. I might as well just plug it one more time because why not? I still have Halloween merch up, and I'm gonna be putting one of Without the Tombstone. I'll just show it off here one more time. I'm sorry that I keep putting it up. I just want to let you guys know it's here. Because I thought it was kind of cool. And when my friend made me this design, I didn't want Zombie Rice to go away. And honestly, Zombie Rice may be the new face of Like Some Rice. So we'll see. We'll see. But thank you guys once again. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And yeah, thank you so much. Stay classy, guys.